Hi, today we're going to talk about the Hopi Fifth World, the entrance of the Hopi Fifth World, and the Blue Star appearance. But as we know, as of April 6th, today, when I shot this video, nothing has happened. Not surprising, but we're going to talk about how do we know when those signs come and what's causing them to show up, and is the Atlas Comet this blue star appearance? I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to give you the steps of the Hopi, of what they've predicted up to this point, which has been really spot on, of course, without dates. But I'm also going to tell you about who the Hopi are because it was very surprising to me. And I believe we're getting very close to these events. One is the great crash from the sky. This is going to be very interesting because we have four people circling the moon right now. Let's hope that's not the great crash. What's in store? I'm going to share the details with you so you understand who the Hopi are, what these predictions are, what the fifth world is, which we're supposedly going into, and how you and I affect it greatly. This is consciousness. This is spirituality. This is our pathway to a new earth. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. I hope you'll subscribe. Let's start supporting all the positive messages out there. The minute you look at something that's negative, it affects your consciousness, and we are one. It affects me. That's my next video. That one's going to blow your mind. But today, we're going to talk about the consciousness of the Hopi and their predictions, and if we are actually in that timeline right now, with the Hopi Blue Star and transitioning to fifth race. What does it mean? I asked a lot of questions and did some research on this. Let's talk about who the Hopi are. They're the oldest continuously inhabited peoples of North America. They're residing in Northeast Arizona. The name Hopi is the shortened form of Hopetu Sinom, the people of peace. I didn't know that. To be Hopi is a concept deeply rooted in religion, spirituality, and morality, a state of total reverence and respect for all things, to be at peace and to live in accordance with the teachings of Masa, the Great Spirit. I want to reinforce that this way of the Hopi is what we must become in order to transition into the fifth. Now, what I found out is there are 9 worlds. I thought there were only 5, and I'm going to share those with you today. It's really interesting because we're not even really halfway there. We must be as the Hopi, and it's going to come back to that same message over and over, that we must have reverence and respect for all things. We must stop arguing, separation, right, wrong, pointing fingers, correcting people. Opinions are welcome, but our diversity is what makes us so beautiful. And this is the biggest challenge, is for us to come back and realize we are one, despite the physical differences. We're going to talk so much more about consciousness. I had a mystical event last night when I did some research on Edgar Cayce, and that's coming out on Friday. You're going to want to see that one. It really did a number on me, and I hope it does you, because this is what we're going to talk about today. Becoming one and realizing there is no separation between me, you, that tree out there, and a rock. Yeah, and anything else beyond this universe. So let's talk about the Hopi. They see themselves as record keepers of humanity. This is just a play, and they're record keepers of this humanity. They're guardians of ancient teachings meant to guide all of the human family, not just their own people. So we need to listen to what they're saying. Let's talk about the 9 worlds and the cycles of human existence. And I'm going to talk to you about that blue star, any possible dates, what's going to happen that's going to indicate that we're in this fifth world, that we're entering it. All these signs, I'm going to tell you exactly what I found out to give us an indication of whether or not we're transitioning into it. So the Hopi believe that there will be 9 worlds or ages in total, 3 previous worlds, the present, which is the fourth, and then the coming fifth. That's the one we want to transition to. It doesn't happen to us. We're choosing it, okay? And then there are 2 more worlds, the sixth, which is the world of prophecy and revelation. And the 7th is the world of completion. Beyond these lies the world of Tawa, the creator, and his nephew, Sotuknang. I hope I got that right. The Hopi cosmology is cyclical, envisioning these nine distinct worlds, each characterized by specific spiritual and material conditions, with transitions between them often marked by cataclysmic events that act as purification processes for humanity. Every time there's a shift from one world into the next, there were major cataclysmic events. It is purification, it's the indication of a transition into the next world. So we're going to have to welcome some of these things. The previous three worlds ended specifically in the first world destroyed by fire, the second by ice, the third was a great deluge. So let's talk about the blue star Kachina and the signal of awakening. The return of the blue star will be the alarm clock that tells us the new day and the new way of life, a new world is coming. Now, why is NASA and these astronomers who've told Chris Bledsoe that he needs to give a date? I know he's being pressured that way. Why are they having to come up with a date, right? I don't think there is a date for the blue star. Because they don't really know what the blue star is, to be honest with you. Nobody's really located this thing and for sure knows exactly how and when it's going to appear. So there's no exact science behind the dates. So we're thinking, well, we know when a blue star is going to show up, and that is not true. Some people think the Atlas Comet right now, which I'm going to talk about, how that's behaving and what that is. Some believe that that is our blue star's significant sign. I don't believe it is, and I'll tell you why. I don't think we have proven that we are at that point, and so therefore this thing's going to go past us, and we're still acting like yahoos. So the return of this blue star, it's the alarm clock. It's the new day, the new way of life, the new world is coming. The changes will start as fires that burn within us. And we will burn up with desires and conflict if we do not remember the original teachings and return to the peaceful way of life. So there will be consequences if we don't make a choice toward that, okay? It's not like, oh, the blue star shows up, everybody's happy, and we're still arguing about politics. Doesn't work that way. So let's talk about consciousness. I know we want physical stuff to happen. Peace on earth, everybody's abundant and happy. No, it's consciousness. So Hopi elder Lawrence Namoki has said the changes will be in your consciousness, which is my big video Friday, don't miss it, and the way you think. The Blue Star Kachina will lead humanity into the fifth world, a new emergence characterized by a fundamental change in human behavior. That's the change you're going to see, not just some star and everything happens. It has to be in consciousness. This is happening right now. The stuff is going to blow your mind that I'm going to tell you about Casey. The Kopavi, the open door at the crown, knowing your true self. One of the most profound Hopi teachings about who we truly are centers on the Kopavi. It's an inner spiritual faculty. In the first world, humans possess the door at the top of the head, all right? We've talked about this, an opening through which they could receive wisdom directly from the Creator. This exists for you. I've experienced this. It's a little freaky. This represents pure spiritual consciousness, unobstructed and clear. This is the Hopi equivalent of what other traditions call the crown chakra, the third eye, the higher self. It's all the same thing, and we keep hearing it over and over again. All right, this is exciting because these stories are all coming together. The central teaching of the Hopi is that this inner door has been gradually closed as humanity descended into materialism and forgetfulness across the successive worlds. Why were they so wise and we are so dense? The material world took over and the ego. To know oneself in Hopi teaching is to remember and reopen this inner channel. This is the essence of emergence. This must be the thing that you focus on most in order to transition into the new world. Now let's talk about the four races. The four races are the guardianships. The four races have a specific assignment. We are not just fragmented. This was purposeful. At the beginning of the cycle of time, the Creator gave four races a responsibility called the guardianship. The red people, Native Americans, he gave the guardianship of the earth to learn the teachings of the earth, the plants, the foods, and the healing herbs. So they had a specialty. To the south, the yellow race received the guardianship of the wind. To the west, the black race received the guardianship of water, the chief of elements being both the most humble and the most powerful. To the north, the white race was given the guardianship of fire. This is not a racial hierarchy. It's a sacred division of wisdom. And when we put these pieces together, we become one whole. The Hopi teach that humanity cannot reach the fifth world until all four come back together, reuniting their teachings in a circle of peace. The elders knew that peace would not come on earth until the circle of humanity is complete, until all four colors sat in the circle and shared their teachings. This makes perfect sense. We're a puzzle. If your little tiny piece, your crazy little tiny piece, is missing, we are not complete. That's how important you are. Let's talk about what the fifth world is, the world of illumination. So, according to the Hopi, we're about to enter what they call the fifth age, the world of illumination, which coincides with the dawning of a new age of light and consciousness. We're going to keep hearing this word over and over again. Consciousness, connection to all, being one thing, knowing it. And by the way, I'm going to teach you on Friday how this consciousness controls everything, not as an individual over something else, but as one thing, which means there's nothing you can't do. We're going to talk more about this because this fifth world transition requires significant changes in human behavior and a return to spiritual values that honor the earth and its resources. The Hopi keep saying this. We cannot keep damaging our planet and thinking we're going into the fifth. It cannot happen. I'm counting on you. We have to start living in the fifth now, changing what we eat, what we put in our bodies, how we treat one another, our environment. It all has to come together. Now you have to be it to create it. You have to be it first. Practicing sustainable ways of life, honoring the earth. But the Hopi, I want you to know, the Hopi elders are clear. This is not an apocalypse. It's a transformation of consciousness. So although we are chronologically in the fourth world, according to Hopi elders, our consciousness remains in the third until we recognize and assume spiritual responsibility. So we're not even completely free of the fourth. During this, we shall emerge into higher worlds and become one day Kachinas, respected spirits. Those who know themselves will be finite parts of the infinite. You know the knowing? I keep bringing this up. It's in my book. We are one thing. If you read the first 2 pages of this book, there's nothing else you need to read. But the knowing is that you understand what we are, and we come back together as that one consciousness. We are destined to be Kachinas. They are not gods, but intermediaries between humans and the Creator. All right? That's what a Kachina is. Similar to angels or bodhisattvas in other traditions. The Hopi teachings say that we are on a journey toward becoming Kachinas ourselves. So there's another layer above that till we go into La La Land, right? We become that superior mind consciousness just on a frequency, right? That's it. It doesn't mean better than somebody else. We will become awakened, spiritually mature beings who have fully integrated the wisdom of all four worlds. That you will enter the Kachina state where you are now in the position between humans and the Creator to be guides. That's what we want to do. We want to elevate ourselves to this next level, getting into the penthouse so that we can oversee things. Because this story never ends. You just don't go over and that's it. You continue to go on and evolve, and we want to do it on high frequency. I don't know about you. I don't want to come back here. So we have 2 paths in the choice. The Hopi sacred rock drawings depict 2 paths for humanity: technology and materialism. That's the jagged line you see. And the path of spiritual balance, represented by a straight line. If humanity chooses the path of materialism, the fourth world will be destroyed like the previous 3. If we choose the path of balance, we can transition to the fifth. This is what we can expect. We will go into the destruction if we choose it, materialism, or we go into the higher path, the fifth world of peace and abundance, joy. This is ours to choose. Now, here is a very important piece. The Hopi believe that human beings' spiritual power through prayer, who else said this? Casey and so many others, is so strong that it decides life on earth. This places the responsibility for which future we inhabit squarely within the individual heart, the human heart. A deeply personal teaching about the power of knowing oneself and choosing accordingly. This means, according to the Hopi, remembering your origin, right? The divine spark, the kopavi through which you receive universal wisdom. Focus on that. Recognizing your guardianship. What are you in charge of? Becoming fully awakened, being a kachina. This is the path. Focus on this, not what's going on out there that's wrong. Focus on this path and transitioning into embracing the circle. Consciousness that remains passive stays in the third world. You have to make the effort. All right. Oh, the blue stars are going to show up. No, it's going to show up because we went into consciousness, higher consciousness, and therefore everything aligns. And then you transition. You alone get to decide your path. The fifth thing, we have to embrace the circle. True identity is never individual. You are a thread in the web woven by Spider Woman, inseparable from the other three races and from the earth itself. We are one. We are not separated on any level. So the fifth world, in this teaching, the fifth world is not something that happens to us. It's something we grow into by finally genuinely knowing who we are, and we create it and we choose it. So let's talk about that blue star. So I wanted to know, what is the blue star? The blue star is a complex intersection of 20th century prophecy, yep, cultural tradition, and astronomical data. It is not like looking at Venus or Pluto or whatever. So the real research, the facts are, it exists as a prophetic signal, and a physical candidate is 3-eye atlas. It's being tracked. It matches the descriptions with startling accuracy. Here's the breakdown of the history, the astronomy, and the 2026 facts. So this is the ninth sign. You will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens above the earth that shall fall with a great crash. It will appear as a blue star. Very soon after this, the ceremonies of my people will cease. This great crash is directly connected to the blue star. We can guess all you want, but it's going to be something very known. Does it exist in astronomy? In true astronomy, there is no permanent star named the blue star Gachina. However, this year, the scientific community is tracking an object that many researchers believe is the physical manifestation of this prophecy, and that is, once again, 3-eye atlas. It's reached its closest point to Jupiter. That was on March 16th of 2026. It's currently visible to amateur astronomers. The blue fact, it's unlike common comets, which are white or green. 3-eye atlas exhibits a rare, intense, ionized blue-violet halo. So scientific data says it is not a dirty snowball like other comets. It has shown symmetrical expander jet emissions and a mass budget discrepancy that suggests it's more dense and organized than a regular comet. This has led to the dwelling place artificial structure comparison. Is this thing a comet, or is it designed by somebody somewhere? It arrived almost perfectly aligned with the elliptic plane, the path of our planets, which is a 0.2% probability, right? It's looking a little interesting. And there's predictions that this regular star is going to show up in October. Once again, we've already passed one date and they've changed their mind. We must focus on our consciousness transition, as the Hopi told us, and we must come together as a people. That's the only way we can transition. So no blue star showing up is going to do anything for us if we're not ready, because, as they said, we will go into destruction of the fourth instead of going into the fifth. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because we're already in a challenging planet. We have a choice. This is a celebration for us to know that we have control over this. So it's going to come down to the transition. It occurs when the four brothers, the red, yellow, black, and white races, and now we've got a whole mix of them because we're still one thing anyways, reunite to share their original teachings. The Bahana, the true white brother, is prophesied to return from the east to break open the sacred stone tablets and reveal the hidden meaning of the transition. And this sort of coincides with the Hall of Records that Casey talked about that's supposedly in the paw of the Sphinx. Some of these tales sound eerily familiar. We're going to find out. This is fun stuff, but it keeps coming down to one thing. You and I have to get our act together. How does this affect you? The transition is described as a state change in consciousness. That's all it is. That's all we need to focus on. Those who remain connected to the earth and keep their hearts open will experience the fifth world as a restoration of abundance. It is here for you. It's not maybe. It is here for you. You get to choose it. For those disconnected from spirit, the prophecy warns of a heavy walk and mental confusion as the old reality literally dissolves around them. And I see that happening right now. And we're going to see the density fight harder and harder to maintain the old world, and nobody's believing it anymore. Well, maybe there's a percentage of people. They want to believe it, but I think in their hearts, they know we are not that anymore. It is not the higher path for humans. The end is not the end of the world. It is an end of a way of living. The fifth world is described as a time of everlasting life where flowers bloom again and wild game returns to the land that we have destroyed in the past. What is going to happen this year? We have a choice, and the Hopi have demonstrated that we are at that point in our human existence. Which will you choose? And let's watch out for that blue star, because I'm telling you, if we get our act together, I think it's going to show up sooner than later. If not, it may not show up in our entire lifetime. It doesn't stop you from achieving your highest goal and going into your own fifth root race. Maybe not as a whole consciousness, but by doing that and shining your light and going to that penthouse, you affect the whole. It cannot be avoided, just like the lower realms affect us, right? It's like having somebody hang onto your ankle when you're trying to walk. Doesn't stop you from walking. I hope you enjoyed the Hopi story today, because the more I learn about them, the more I realize how in tune they are, not just with what has happened in the past, but what is happening now. And this is our turning point. I love the Hopi story so much that I have incorporated it into my membership teachings. You go down to Landria Onkka, free inspiration, and you can look at what I'm teaching every 30 days in the Conscious Creator Vault. I'm helping you to raise consciousness, to recognize who and what you think you are, and transition you into the conscious creator that's unlimited, that is the one conscious creator. I'm helping you every 30 days to transition into this new way of life. And I'm incorporating teachings, starting with the Hopi, then Egyptian teachings, Eastern teachings, and actually galactic teachings also. I thought we'd bring them all in because you're going to see similarities in all of these stories. It's not a coincidence. It is. Let's get on board with it. And again, I hope that you'll subscribe. And by the way, if you give me a thumbs up and share these videos, you let YouTube know that yes, this is more of what you want. This story of our positive evolution, the joy of going into a fifth world that exists right now for us, that we can choose it and we can come back together in peace and harmony and end the stories that don't serve you well. And the stories about your neighbor, you're looking at yourself. It's tough because we associate only with ourselves as 3D things walking around. But when you go into consciousness, and I'm going to teach you more about that on Friday, I had a experience last night that was mind-blowing. And I went to bed with this and I realized, oh my gosh, I went into one consciousness. I'll share that story on Friday. I want you to experience that too. If you're ready to go to this next step, it's your choice. It's neither right nor wrong. But I know that you're going to fulfill your mission when you step away and say, that is not who I am. I am this and that. I am. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.